Right now, fairly or unfairly, there's been, an insane amount of criticism on Tesla and Elon Musk in particular. But the media puts a disproportionate amount of effort into clickbaiting you to thinking that Tesla is the enemy. Well, I think you should get to hear the full story, and here is just one small part of it. Here in Australia, Toyota has been fighting a number of court cases. Of course, you all know about Dieselgate, right? You know that Diesel had to pay billions of dollars because it intentionally lied to customers about how much its vehicles pollute. That to me is a far more serious case than some of the recent headline-grabbing articles we've been seeing from mainstream media, CNBC, all those, etc., about Tesla. Now, here in Australia, Toyota has launched an appeal, against a $2 billion DPF compensation case. What does this actually mean? Well, Toyota is going to have to compensate customers who bought its vehicles between 2015 and 2020. Toyota is appealing to a federal court decision which found it has misled customers about vehicles fitted with defective diesel particulate filters. Now, I personally have seen pretty much every Japanese model vehicle sending massive plumes of black smoke out of its exhaust, which apparently they're meant to be non-polluting and have filters that protect the environment, stop those particulates, those harmful particulates from going into the air. And the truth is, they don't work. Sorry guys, they just don't. If you haven't seen a late model vehicle sending plumes of black smoke into the atmosphere, then you're not paying attention. Hello my friends, welcome to the channel. My name is Sam Evans and I'm the Electric Viking. It's great to see you. Thank you for subscribing and supporting the channel and for supporting the movement, which is having a better world, having a cleaner air and having a better future for us and our kids. Now, if Toyota loses this court battle, it will cost them apparently more than $2 billion in compensation to 250,000 owners, many of which feel like they have been screwed royally by Toyota and given defective vehicles. And frankly, I agree with them. In April this year, the federal court found that Toyota had misled customers about a defect with the DPF equipped to cars fitted with either a 2.4 litre diesel or a 2.8 litre diesel, impacting a total of 264,170 vehicles built between October the 1st, 2015 and the 23rd of April 2020 across the Hilux, Fortuner and Land Cruiser Prado model ranges. Now, I personally believe that these defects would probably be found in millions of cars worldwide. But many of the countries where Toyota sell these defective vehicles into have no laws to protect the people that buy these cars, right? In countries such as India or many emerging worlds or many other countries where they have small markets or fast and loose rules around emissions, Toyota will continue to get away with providing defective vehicles, or at least having sold them to customers who now have to deal with the results. Then what are the results of this? Well, many people who bought these cars have had massive problems with their vehicles, massive problems with the DPF filters getting clogged and essentially wrecking their engines. Now, while the court in Australia believed that Toyota's conduct in marketing the vehicles as being of acceptable quality was misleading, Toyota intends to appeal this decision, claiming it has worked to issue a remedy for its customers. Now, it took Toyota 5 years in many cases to issue remedies. And many people claim that they never have and that this remedy doesn't in fact work. I'm talking from lots of customers in forums that I've read about. It seems to be a massive problem that's affected millions of people worldwide. Now, Toyota said, "We understand some customers have experienced inconvenience and discomfort from this issue. For this, we apologize. We have worked continuously since becoming aware of DPF concerns on an effective resolution for affected customers. At every step, we have implemented customer-focused and technically grounded remedies to resolve customers' concerns." Now, for those of you who are not aware, in a Toyota vehicle with DPF filter, you must manually do a DPF burn. You have to manually burn off those particulates, right? The car doesn't do it for you. You have to go through this process yourself. This is like, honestly, something you would expect in a car from 1987. not what you would expect in a 2020 built vehicle. Now, in the April finding here in Australia, the Honourable Justice Lee deemed a 17.5% reduction in the average retail value of an affected vehicle was appropriate as a penalty, coming to an average of just over $7,000 per customer. So what's the actual problem here? Well, the DPF assembly in Toyota cars, designed to reduce harmful exhaust emissions, was found to become clogged or blocked, stopping the system from working at all, and instead creating a range of consequences, including emission of foul-smelling, polluting white smoke, the display of excessive DPF notifications, and the need to have the vehicle inspected, serviced, and repaired from a whole array of different problems that were caused as a result of vehicles being clogged by these particles, right? In addition to that, fuel consumption was found to have increased when this issue arose, and it arose on every single vehicle sold with these defective DPF filters. And every vehicle with a diesel engine in those models of cars had defective filters. Now, Toyota's defense team argued the issues didn't affect the operation of the vehicles and drivers were still able to drive them from A to B safely, as the DPF system was not essential. In other words, Toyota deems having a particulate filter on your diesel vehicle as unessential. Toyota, in other words, is saying it doesn't matter, right, that its cars pollute the environment and don't have DPF filters that actually work. What does this say about the car company themselves? Seriously. Now, fortunately, the judge didn't agree. The Honourable Justice Lee wholly rejected Toyota's arguments and said Toyota's attempt to downplay the significance of the core defect and the defect consequences does not withstand scrutiny whatsoever. Seriously, what on earth was Toyota thinking? It took them 5 years to fix this problem, and they just kept on selling the cars, knowing full well that they were faulty and were emitting these toxic fumes into the atmosphere. Frankly, the fact that the media is saying nothing about this means that they are complicit in either receiving marketing funds from Toyota in order to keep their mouths shut, or they simply don't believe that the air they breathe in should actually be clean. The old adage about power corrupting is true for Volkswagen and Toyota. And in my view, doing this, Toyota have trashed their reputation for trust and reliability. Now, with Toyota's reputation for quality and reliability now being proven to be a myth, I think it's time for us to move on from these clickbait Tesla headlines and actually focus on things like this that matter. I personally would have thought that Toyota would have treated their customers with much more respect and honesty. But no, trashing their reputation and customers has seemed more important to them because why? Money and the bottom line. In my view, this is right up there with what Volkswagen did with its intentional misleading of millions of customers and governments worldwide. It's really no different. And frankly, the fact that the media is barely reporting on it is criminal. Let me know in the comment section below what you think. And as always, have a great day. Bye-bye.